This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I'm glad you have some time to check out my video here. And we're going to talk about self worth. What is your self worth? What is your self worth to you? How does your self worth to others affect others? Your self worth. In order to understand and know your self worth, you have to know yourself. You have to look at yourself in a manner that has nothing to do with feelings or emotions. Your self worth. Who are you? What made you the person you are today? As for me, what makes me the person that I am today is my past failures, my past accomplishments, the things that I accomplished. How did I handle the obstacles that I faced? What did I do when these obstacles came? How did I handle them? Sometimes I look back at my past and it hurts because I had a very troubled, a very negative past. But this is what made me who I am today. I found out that I had to constantly deal with myself and to learn more about myself and to dwell on my weaknesses to make them strengths. How can I make my weaknesses my strengths? Well, that means I must learn from my mistakes and honestly look at what I played in causing that problem to escalate. What was my part in I played in that manner? And I come to find out that 90% of the time is that my actions are fully directed in a manner to cause me to make the mistakes that I made. Because why? Because I looked at things in the wrong manner. I thought I was looking at things in the right manner, but after I did some soul searching, I found out that I was looking at things in the wrong way. I had to admit my faults and I had to accept my own truths. By me doing that, accepting my own faults and my own truths, I've learned to grow from my past. The first thing I had to do was have acceptance that my failures and how they affected me and what part I played in these failures that I made. I found out that I had numerous pity parties of the things that happened to me. And it was until I stopped having a pity party, crying the blues, poor me, and started doing the work in making my situation better, is when the light started to shine in my mind and in my heart. See, I made 40 years worth of bad decisions on feelings. Yes, instead of me making the right decisions, I acted on feelings. Most of my decision making in the past was based on feelings and emotions. But as I learn from my past and learn from my situation, I tend to understand why and who I am and what caused me to be who I am today. So I had to realize that in order for me to be better, I had to do some soul searching. I had to look at myself and the decisions that I made and the reason why I made the decisions in the manner that I did. Also, I realized that when I'm by myself and it's just me, then I'm constantly trying to push forward and think that situations that happen that people are out to derail me. So what I did was I started to be an introvert, meaning that I shun people and I stay to myself. And by me staying to myself, the only person I was listening to was myself. And I was making very bad decisions. So I had to talk to somebody to let someone in to allow a person to see my defects of character and for them to work on me in a manner that I can see that the direction that I was heading was in the wrong direction. So I did. And it opened up my eyes that in order for my life to get better, I must direct my actions and my means to know more about myself and understand myself in a manner that's the right way. Not what I perceive it to be, not the way I want it to be, but exactly what's going on. I began to realize that I made a lot of mistakes. And also, it was told to me that we were all imperfect. We all make mistakes. It's what we do after the mistake that's important. So I stayed focused on making myself better. And by me making myself better, I was allowed to open a door for people to come to get to know me for the person who I am. Some people like the person that I am, some people didn't. But it was okay because now I'm being who I am. I'm not being ashamed of who I am, of what I've experienced, of what I've been through, but I'm happy who I am today. I'm not ashamed of who I am. It didn't matter what people thought because they don't live in my skin. They don't pay my bills. So I'm not concerned about their viewpoints. But the interesting thing is that I learned that a child can give me some information that can help me just as well as a grown up. So I have to keep an open mind on all my thoughts, all my feelings about situations that come up. Listen to what another person's saying, and if I allow them to share what's on their heart, I understand and begin to know where they're coming from. and what's their direction and point they're trying to make. You know, the interesting thing is that you ever watch a TV show, a cop show, and they got them in the room and they're questioning them and they're giving and telling them certain things about how they know they did this and they did that, and they're trying to get them to tell their truth about their involvement in the crime. Then they start to get nervous because what they thought was a secret is not a secret. That is known. The funny thing is that when we've done wrong or doing wrong or we've done wrong, we try to have reason, valid reason, why our actions the way they was. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they were right. Acceptance. I had to learn to accept the part that I played in whatever I did to cause the situation to happen in the manner that it did. I had to understand why I did what I did, for what reason. And by me understanding that, then I get to know Robert better. I get to understand Robert better and why he reacted on certain things that he did and what caused him to act that way. My truth. Understanding myself. How can all this make me a better person? Well, when I found out that I've made a lot of mistakes and caused a lot of my problems myself, I realized that the only power that I had was over myself and how I acted on situations. I had to understand that I'm the one that caused these things to accelerate into this manner because I didn't handle them in a proper way. Also, it taught me is that I can't direct a person to do something that they don't want to do. I have that in my mind that I can't do it. I cannot direct myself to make a person do what they don't want to do. I don't have that kind of power. No one does. Some people think they do because they can approach them in a manner that they have some type of control over the situation and make a person feel that they're the ones that got the power and you don't. But the interesting thing is that you only have power over yourself. People choose to make a decision to do whatever they want because they have that right to make a decision with themselves or with others because it affects them. I want to share something that make you think. Now, you could be going down a road and everything that you're doing is working well for you. You're getting blessed, the doors are opening up, and you think that what you do, everybody else should do because it'll work for them too. Not the case. It's not the case. Each individual have their own road to travel, their own obstacles to overcome, and their own dreams that they want to share and they want to accomplish. So, how can I derail somebody else's dream because my dream is working well for me, but I want everybody else to do the same thing because I know better? The thing is that your path and your dream works well for you, and doors open up. Each individual have their own path and their own dreams. They have to walk their own dreams. They have to walk their own path. If each individual walked their path the way they need to do for themselves, their blessings will flow. Because their dreams and their wants and their needs are not the same as another person or direction. Your truth. My truth. I have no power over no one else but myself. My truth. I may be 64 years old, but I will still overcome, make mistakes because I'm an imperfect person. I am not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. That's my truth. It's not like I want to, but I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to see sometimes the right solution for the problem. My truth. That means I need to have an open mind. My ears need to be open. I need to listen. What I don't know, I need to find out information so I do know. So I can achieve what I want to achieve when I want to achieve it. I believe for me, if I act like I'm in the first grade in grammar school and I must learn everything I can so I can get to the second grade and learn everything in the second grade so I can go to the third grade and so on. And if I approach my problems in the same manner, learn everything I need to learn about that situation, how it can affect my life and how I make it better. What are the pitfalls? What are the problems? How should I overcome these? What should I do? Once I realize that I'm just a small speck in this vast world that we live in, that I'm not that important when you got billions of people living in this earth. I'm not that important. I'm just one of millions of people trying to live a life with peace, love, and happiness. In order for me to live a life of peace, love, and happiness, I must know my own truths. I must know who Robert is today. I must know what I have to do to get to the next level of what I want. So, get to know yourself. Honestly, sometimes we don't get a chance to really know ourselves because we have a family, we're taking care of children, we're working. Sometimes we have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, so we're constantly doing what we need to do, but we don't focus on ourselves to get to know ourselves and understand why we react to certain things the way we do. how they affect others. So today is a good day. I woke up this morning in my right mind. I'm a little sad because tomorrow's Veterans Day and people I served with didn't make it. And it brings back memories of things that I really, really can't share or want to. People think that you go in the army, you serve your time, you come back home, and everything is cool. But when you have to kill people at war, it's something that's not human. It's not human. To see bodies mangled, people you spent time with that had your back, had your six, keeping you safe, you keeping them safe. You grow a bond, and next thing you know, their brains are splattered all over your food. You don't see them no more. They're gone. Survival. The fear of not making it home or not living through the mission that they have you doing. You come home, you're trying to make it, you're trying to readjust, and it's really hard. And it seems like you're forgotten. Those that serve, we don't forget. We don't forget. We don't forget none of what we experience and what our fellow soldiers have experienced. You may not understand, but there are people that gave up their lives so you can have a good life. They followed exactly what was told of them to do to accomplish what the government wanted us to do. My hats are off to you, veterans that served. My hats are off to the family members that lost loved ones. And it's happy that I'm alive because I didn't think I was going to make it back several times. This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I hope you got something out of this information. Know your self-worth. It makes you a better person. It made me a better person. And I'm still working on me. I will work on me until the day I die. Because I'm an imperfect person and I make mistakes. And the only thing I can do is make sure I don't make the same mistake again. You have a great day.